back to the 944 build. As you can see, it is not where the car originally was. It's wintertime in Alaska right now, and that means I need to park my truck where the Porsche was parked. Yesterday, we moved the Porsche over here. I just took the wheels off, got everything leveled and laid out. Now, the big goal right now is to remove the brake rotors on the front and back, bleed the system, install the slave cylinder. I'm gonna be starting on the rear rotors first. I got all my tools ready to go here. Got everything lined up. The idea is that I'm gonna take this caliper off, and then I have to take out this screw right here, which I guess it's kind of a tough one to get out, and pull this rotor off. Then I'm gonna put the new one on and just kind of reverse the steps for it. With this car, I've had some luck with some of these bolts. I've had some bad luck with some of them. I mean, it's a 35-year-old car. What do you expect? I thought I could maybe get lucky trying to get this set screw out. It's this screw right here. Remind what I was reading about. I found that I would need a impact screwdriver, and I thought I could get away with it by just using a regular screwdriver. I was very much wrong with that. My screwdriver, one, is too small and doesn't fit, and two, there's so much heat cycling that goes through this, and it being a really old car, I doubt that these were ever replaced in the first place. So I swung on down to the local parts store and grabbed a impact screwdriver, put the bit there, I set it to loosen, and then I hammer on the back end here, and it puts a bunch of shock into it and torque, and it just slowly takes the screw out. Oh my, I can't believe I even just did that without needing to actually use the wrench. That's cool. Should be able to pop this bad puppy off. I don't know about just popping it off. So there's these holes here that you can put a bolt in and twist the bolt or turn the bolt, and it should pry this off. I gotta go see if I have a correct size bolt. I think I do. So I got something going on with the parking brake here. Right now would probably be the best time to investigate it and see what's going on. Maybe I might just wash this whole area. There's a lot of mud and crap in here. But right now the parking brake is stuck. It's stuck. Like, I wouldn't say stuck, it just is inoperable. It doesn't want to go up or down. I mean, it just kind of sits there and flops. So I just slid this on, tapped it in, and then I put this bolt in to hold this whole ensemble. Ooh, I don't want to do that. I'm sure if that's just an easier way, and I'm just being dumb about it. Do you see the issue here? Whoever did change these, look, they're brand new looking, they're thick. But whoever changed these put this one in backwards. That means the wear sensor was on the wrong side, because it's supposed to wear down this direction. This is the wear sensor here. This is kind of comical. Thankfully I have a new wear sensor and new brake pads, and I have a new rotor, so whatever damage is done, we're fixing it. It's the fun things you find in old cars. Woo! Man, check that out. That is messed up. So with it not being on the right side, This whole backside here, this rotor is just gone. I'm gonna bolt this back in just for now while I go grab a bungee cord so I can hang this up. No, if I can bolt it in, if I know how to use bolts. This is now bungeed up, hanging. The reason you hang it is we're connected to the brake line here, and it's a solid brake line, and I don't want to kink it or bend it too much. This is the new rotor we're gonna put on, and you see the fins here and these faces here. Well, see how thick that is? That's what it should be. When we come over to the rotor I just pulled off, see how thin that is? All of this is just, it's like a razor blade thin. For a little side-by-side comparison, new one, old one. Come over to the brake pad that was installed improperly. And you can see that was where it was rubbing on the rotor itself. I took the brake rotors off on both sides. I cleaned up everything. Something that, this popped loose, which is nice. So this is the e-brake. However, when you let go, it just snaps back down. Inside there's a toothed gear here, and it's supposed to click, and then you can release it and come down. Maybe the last person who had it wanted to just completely took it out and have a nice little drift brake. These pads here are your e-brake. So when you pull up on that, those separate. So here's a little demonstration. So you can see they pop out like that. I got both the brake pads in. You can see that the thick part is actually on the rotor side. Now I need to disconnect these little plastic clips. There's another one back here. Take off this old wear sensor and attach the new one. Brakes are all in with the new hardware. I rerouted this so it's under there. I believe that's how it was on the last setup. This is slightly different. They have these little bitty cotter pins that are holding down this bracket, which is great. It holds in the pins, which hold in the brake pads. And then this is an anti-vibration piece of hardware. Then I just realized I only got one set of brake hardware, thinking for some reason that was gonna be enough. So that just means that I'm gonna take the hardware off this, and I just have to do it in a manner of hopefully I don't bend or break anything. And if I do, then I guess I have to go and buy that set. Anyhow, it's kind of expensive for all what it is. So we'll see. I thought I was being ahead of the curve by getting a new set, but it doesn't really seem like it matters. my best to get the pistons of the brake calipers popped in, and I'm having a bear of a time doing it. Typically, they would just press in. You could have something wedged in there, and you can just pry them in, and they'd push in. I've used wedges, I've used screwdrivers, pliers, you name it, and now that I have the new rotor in, I don't want to damage the rotor. So today, I went out and bought some C-clamps. So hopefully I can get the C-clamp in there and just twist it in and really push that bad boy out. I usually loosen that up so it gives me a little bit of slack, but I don't know if it's because these are so old or what the deal is, but they don't want to push in as easy as newer brake pistons that I've dealt with before. I didn't film any of it. I was getting a little frustrated with how everything was going down, and took a little break, but I ended up thread cleaning all the threads in the back here, the bolts that hold the caliper on. Also cleaned up these pins and came back to it, and I got everything in. I still need to tighten this up. Getting the pads in with it all tightened up was not happening. So the next thing to do is tighten up all the bolts I have loose that are on all these calipers, on all 4 calipers. I've left them just kind of hand tight. And then we should be done with brakes.